The doorway effect. You walk from one room into another, carrying a clear thought. Maybe a name, maybe something you needed to grab. You cross the threshold, and it's gone. You stand there mid-step, trying to retrace what just happened. At the University of Notre Dame in 2011, researchers ran this exact experiment. People walked through doorways while remembering a list of objects. Memory accuracy dropped sharply every single time. They named it the doorway effect. Your brain treats every doorway as what scientists call an event boundary. It saves the previous moment and clears working memory for whatever comes next. You didn't forget, you filed. A clean, automatic reset, happening so fast you only notice the empty space it leaves behind. Earworms. It's 9 a.m. on a Tuesday, and you are standing at the bathroom sink brushing your teeth. Out of nowhere, a song you haven't heard in 11 years starts playing. Not on the radio, not in the next room, inside your head. It loops, twice, then 6 times, sometimes for the entire day. Psychologists call this involuntary musical imagery. A study from Goldsmiths, University of London, surveyed thousands of people on it. Roughly 90% of adults get them at least once a week. They tend to hit during low-attention moments. Showering, walking, falling asleep. That is when your brain's default mode network is most active, and it starts pulling fragments from your long-term memory at random. It isn't the song bothering you. It is your brain quietly running scans of its own archive. You are hearing the search engine, the tip of the tongue phenomenon. You are mid-sentence, telling a story, and you reach for a word. You can feel the shape of it. You know what letter it starts with. You can almost hear it. But the word itself refuses to come. This is one of the oldest documented mind glitches in psychology. In 1966, researchers Roger Brown and David McNeil formally named it the tip of the tongue phenomenon. Brain scans show your language center has fully retrieved the meaning, just not the sound. You are holding the file, with the label torn off. It isn't memory loss. It is actually evidence of how complex your retrieval system is. Most people without a rich vocabulary never even experience it. You experience it because your brain has too many neighboring options to choose from. Phantom vibration syndrome. You feel it in your front pocket. That short, familiar buzz. You reach for your phone. Nothing. No notification, no call, no message at all. And yet you swear you felt it. Researchers gave this a clinical name back in 2010, phantom vibration syndrome. In one study, the vast majority of regular smartphone users reported experiencing it weekly. It happens because your brain learns the exact vibration pattern of your phone. Then it starts misclassifying ordinary sensations as that pattern, a muscle twitch, the pressure of fabric, a passing nerve signal. Scientists call this a perceptual prediction error. Your brain is so trained to expect the buzz, it manufactures it for you. You are not imagining things. Your brain is just running a slightly outdated forecast on your nervous system. The frequency illusion. You learn a new word on Tuesday. By Friday, you have heard it 4 different times. You see a specific car on the highway one morning. Suddenly, that exact car is everywhere you look for the next month. It feels like the universe is sending you signals. It isn't. In 2005, Stanford linguistics professor Arnold Zwicky popularized the term frequency illusion. Some people also know it as the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. 2 systems in your brain create it together: selective attention and confirmation bias. Once you notice something once, your brain quietly flags it as relevant. Every following appearance gets logged with extra care. The world is not repeating itself. Your filter just changed. You are not seeing more of it. You are finally seeing all the times it was already there. Déjà vu. You are somewhere new. A street you have never walked. A room you have never entered. And without warning, the moment feels familiar. Not vaguely familiar, specifically familiar, as if you have already lived this exact second before. For decades, déjà vu was dismissed as imagination or as a small misfire. Then in 2016, neuroscientist Akira O'Connor at the University of St. Andrews put people in fMRI machines and triggered it on demand. What he found surprised everyone. Déjà vu is not a memory error. It is your brain's fact-checker firing, the frontal cortex catching the memory system trying to file something incorrectly, a small alarm going off in real time. You don't have a glitch. You have a working error detection system. For one brief second, you actually felt your own brain proofreading itself. Hypnic jerks. You are nearly asleep, that soft moment where the room dissolves around you, and suddenly your whole body lurches, as if you missed a step on a staircase that was never there. You snap awake, heart pounding. It is called a hypnic jerk, sometimes documented as a sleep start. Up to 70% of adults experience them, according to research from the American Academy of Sleep Medicine. The leading explanation comes from evolutionary neuroscience. As your muscles relax into sleep, your brain misreads the loss of muscle tension. It interprets it as falling, and it triggers an emergency reflex left over from when our primate ancestors slept in trees. You weren't falling. Your body was simply letting go. And a 50,000-year-old survival circuit briefly mistook safety for danger.